Any human will have power beyond anything we've ever known. If need be, our food will be light and sound. We'll be able to levitate. We'll live for up to 5,000 years. And we'll be telepathic. When this kicks in, it will be quick. The time is near. It's time for you to join the stars. It's time for the bad to leave and the good in humanity to come out. It's time to rise.
Hi guys. Prometheus Gauntlet here. This video, it's just like my second day in the park, but I'm reflecting on my first day, and the first video, when I edit it, I'm going to fast forward a lot of places because it's just kind of a lot of me doing this, trying to make a fire. I went back and I reviewed Dave Canterbury's series on Fire School, and essentially what I found out was that I did okay with making some of the material, but it wasn't a true bird's nest. It was just sampling of different materials. I also found out that ferro rod that I used is a real small one, and I was using it improperly because if you look at the video, I had this metal sheet there that I was trying not to hit, but the way he does it in his videos, he anchors his hand with his knife and then puts the ferro rod there and then backing up kind of motion. Okay, that's how he does it. He anchors his hand with his knife there because he uses his knife and does that. What I was doing is I was trying to do this, and I was getting sparks that were decent. But another thing about that material is, number one, that the sparks are good enough to start something that's very flammable, like that cotton, but the sparks weren't hot enough to actually ignite that material from scratch very much. I got like 1 or 2 sparks that actually almost took, and by the time I can get to blowing on it, they went out. So this, getting a bunch of raw material and making it fine and putting it in a bird's nest is a lot more than just doing that. You have to have something like char cloth, which I think I forgot to bring with me. But anyway, char cloth is excellent. That little sparker that I have, that little ferro rod, that will ignite a piece of char cloth. But it's not going to ignite anything that's like a very fine bark or something like that, unless that bark maybe has some properties that make it more combustible. There's some oils and some barks that make it more combustible. Cotton tried to burn, but without that Vaseline on that cotton, it probably wouldn't even go up. So, you know, there's always going to be some sort of cause and effect there. But what I've learned is the bird's nest doesn't mean shit without the egg in it. And the egg is going to be a wick that has a little piece of char on it, a piece of char cloth, cotton ball and Vaseline. Let's see, what else did he use? Oh yeah, some sort of mushroom, like a fungus growing on a tree. That'll go ahead and you can probably get that started. Not with a ferro rod, maybe with a magnifying glass or something like that. You'd have to have some sort of ember, any kind of ember. Of course, a match would start it. A lighter, something like that. You know, matches and lighters are kind of cheating. You really don't need the ember because you can make an ember with the raw material. If I took a match to that material, it went up pretty quickly. So I was on the right track, but I wasn't quite doing it right, much like the magnifying glass experiment I did where I was trying to light a fire with it. And I didn't understand you had to blow on it. Yeah. So you live and learn, and those are some of the things I learned from that day in the park. And I'll make that video as quick as I can, as speedy as I can. Today, what I'm doing over here is I still have this wood that I cut, and I'm going to start processing this wood and start taking off some of this bark and cutting it down and sawing it and trying to make a bow drill as per Dave Canterbury's instruction. And I'm going to try to mimic what he does. So I'm not going to video me making it. I'll show you the end result when I'm done, which may or may not be today because I'm not going to be here all day. I just come to the park for a few hours at a time. And that's it. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. And boy, I haven't done anything this hands-on in a while. Okay. Okay, guys. I finished this is the top that goes on top of the spindle. Here's part of the spindle. I managed to get all the bark off. And this is where it goes into the bit, like that. And this is the bottom. And I started off the baseboard. And I'm going to put it like that. So I'm thinking of something like this. Something like that. So, I got the beginnings of the bow drill. I didn't select the regular stick yet. There's sticks all over the place. I'll probably cut one sometime later. But yeah, I had to use this because my spindle was too big, so I had to cut a piece off. The Laplander folding saw. I bought this off my mom. It's a Gerber knife. Pretty nice. Good for wood carving, you know. And of course, the infamous charade, SCHF9, $40. I did some batoning with this. This thing batoned like nobody's business. So I'm going to separate this knife into my other pack that doesn't have an axe in it. See, I have two packs. I have a backup pack and I have the pack in the car. And the pack in the car is the main pack, of course, which will have the Laplander and this little Gerber knife for wood carving. But I have a tomahawk, so I don't really need all the redundant cutting tools. As long as I take care of the axe head and I have a grinding stone and stuff like that. I also use the regular stone because he recommended that to cut down on weight you can just use a regular stone. So I actually sharpened the Gerber with just a regular stone. And that's pretty much it. This is day 2, so we're getting there. See, I'm very patient. I do a little bit at a time, at least until I get tired, because all this whittling is very tiring. But that's pretty much it. Next time we'll continue whittling, and I'll show you my progress then. It'll get more and more refined. So I'll see you later.